back to run it up. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. We are playing a $1,000 buy-in 6-max circuit event. Pocket fours against under the gun min raise. I'm definitely looking to call. We're calling in the cutoff against the blueberry. Okay, I'm just gonna check this one back here. I don't think this is the kind of flop we should be stabbing. Don't have a spade in our hand. If it checks to us twice, perhaps then we'll consider betting. But I think 3 ways here on this flop with an under pair. I think we're usually checking. Kind of sucks a little bit if I check the flop though. It kind of means I can't have 10-9 or queen-jack or any queen really. I could have jack-10 though sometimes and check back the flop. Let's bet on the turn. I kind of think a smaller bet makes sense here. I definitely think we want to bet into check because obviously we want to deny our opponents getting a free river card here when a queen, a jack, an ace, a king, a 10, and 9 are all bad. Also, we can get our opponents to fold hands like pocket 7s, pocket 6s, pocket 5s. And obviously getting even a hand like ace 5 to fold is a great win for us there given how many outs they have. So we won the pot today. I bet some of you fuckers thought we weren't going to win any hands today. Wrong. Big wrong. The Poop 34 has a parenting question. I'm the perfect one to answer that, of course. The Poop 34 says, kids not doing well with distance learning. Got any advice? Yeah, I recommend getting your kids online poker accounts and just tell them that if they want to eat, they have to make money at online poker. What can they say? You're just like, yeah, that's the rule now. Listen, you couldn't finish school, so you have 2 choices. You can either be a garbage man or an online poker player. Sorry, Charlie, that's how it goes. That's it. You gotta earn. You gotta earn, kids. You know, show them pictures of kids, working kids in the 1600s. Okay, maybe a little later than that. In the 1900s. Here you go. Here, show them one of these pictures and be like, here, these kids could have been online poker players, but decided instead to work in the coal mines. So give your kids that option, and I'm sure they'll be more motivated to either learn. Maybe they'll be like, but Dad, we want to learn, so we don't have to be online poker players. We don't want to play on this terrible WSOP.com software. Well, go back to learning your ABCs. Interesting spot here, raise, re-raise. Pocket 10s, I think, are just going to be an all-in. Right, he has like 33 big blinds. He has like 40 big blinds. If this is Joe Chong, in fact, I'm not folding pocket 10s to a raise, re-raise. So we're just going to say I'm all in. And if we are wrong, I will rebuy. It's a big flip ski. Unfortunately, we are dead to a 10. All that hard work goes into the abyss. Had to win that flip. We were like 55% or whatever. With the overlay from the big blind and the antes and the under the gun raiser. And we go back to 15 big blinds. Can't do much there. Can we win this with queens against 7s? Don't let me down, girls! Nice. So we have like 15 big blinds almost. It's pretty close between jamming, min raising, and folding. I decided to go with min raise fold. I mean, big blind is pretty short stacked, so maybe he's less likely to jam on us. But maybe that also makes him more likely to jam on us in some cases. In any case, we have to call now. We do have the worst hand. We have the best hand now. Can we hold it? Okay, so pretty hilarious. This was a 75,000 guaranteed tourney with 223 unique entrants that have then re-entered. So this prize pool is $320,000 on a 75K guarantee. Nice guarantee, WSOP. Way to play it safe over there. Their guarantee for the whole tournament is less than first place. Pretty insane. Almost 100 grand for first place in this tourney. Gonna open it up here at the Kappa Kipo offsuited. All right, 3 ways to the flop with the ace in the window. Freaking ace magnets. This seems like a mandatory check for us 3 ways. Not with no club in our hand also. If we had the king of clubs, you could maybe convince me. But I think this is going to be a check. And probably a fold maybe. I mean, there are some hands we are ahead of, right? Queen Jack, maybe bets here in position. Maybe a hand like 10-9 of clubs or King 10 of clubs, King Queen of clubs. There are some hands, and we are getting 3-1. So I've kind of talked myself into calling, but it's certainly marginal and very possibly just a fold on the flop. Pretty bad turn card for us here. The only good news is maybe he has a hand like, oh, that's a good river card. Maybe he has a hand like Queen Jack or King Jack or Jack 10 that would maybe check on the turn given how this is played out. And now we check the river and hope it goes check, check, and we beat a jack. If he bets the river, I would suspect that he has an ace and that we are just going to fold. Okay, I'm glad I called on that flop there. Nice pot for us. Our first time over 2 starting stacks. Pocket 10s here with mostly short stacks behind us. We're going to just min raise. And obviously I'm buckled in. I'm not folding to any shoves from any of these players. Maybe we can win pocket 10s this time against Obama. Can we win the flip? 75% on the flop. 86% on the turn. We're nicely done. Oh, we're having trouble validating your location. To retry, exit, and play us again. Okay. Oh. Okay, then. Okay. Well, we won the coin flip, and they're like, all right. Nah, I think actually not. I think actually you're good. Actually. JCarver, it's too dangerous here with all these chips. King 9 suited on the button. I would love to play this hand. I'm a little scared of the short stack in the big blind, but not scared enough to not raise. Remember, we're risking 2,000 to win 2,250. So, you know, we're getting a great price to attack here and try to win. Interesting flop. Of course, this is one that I am often going to be betting as pre-flop raiser, but with my exact hand, I think I like checking more, just because sometimes our opponent has spade draws or ace X, and either one check jams on us, which I don't really want. So if he doesn't have an ace or a king, he's likely dead or in very, very bad shape. And if he has an ace or a better king, we're in bad shape, probably. So I'm going to just check this one to the river. I think it's hard for us to get 2 streets of value from a worse hand. Right? If I bet the turn, what is he calling us that's worse? Maybe he has 10x or like a spade draw. And now as played, I think we have to bet and price this in a way where he could debatably call with a 10, or if he has like king. Remember, kickers don't play, right? So if he has a king, we just chop. So I have to price this for him to call with a hand that's worse than a king, which means a 10 or a 6. So I think I have to go small to give him the right price to make some looser calls. Am I a freaking wizard or just running hot as shit? Little bit column A, little bit column B. What did he have? 10-8 offsuit. Wow. On the flop. How many outs did he have on the flop? Oh, that's right. 0. It's great to check back when your opponent has 0 outs. And then on the turn, of course, now he has a pair. So he actually would have probably called on the turn. Would he have called if I bet the turn and the river, though? Questionable, debatable, probably, maybe not. But then on the river, of course, we have to bet here, have to pick the price that he'll call if he has a 10 or a 6 or some other sort of weird thing. And here you go. 50K. 50K, baby. All right, min raising with queen or 8-9 suited here. 3 ways here. Ooh, what a flop. What a flop. I think we must bet this flop because we have no pairs in our hand, so our opponents can have any number of pairs and draws, or 2 pairs. Now, nobody has ace-king, but they could have king 9, right? King 9 suited for the button, or king 9 of any variety from the big blind. I'm not really worried about that. Of course, that would be a massive cooler if that's what they show up with here. But clearly, starting with a bet. Beautiful turn card as well. Now, I kind of think maybe we should check. If he has Jack 10, Queen Jack, Queen 10, all those hands are betting. King Queen, maybe even King Jack will maybe bet as well. Worst case, he takes a free card. King 9 or an ace are all bad for us. 10 kind of sucks, but maybe I should have bet the turn, because now we're in a weird spot. I don't think he often has queen 10 or jack 10 and doesn't bet the turn, right? On a rainbow board like this, he probably bets the turn with those hands. He probably feels like those hands are the best hand. And sometimes he has king 10 here or 10-9. Not 10-9 that often, but maybe he has king 10 or ace 10 sometimes. So maybe I should size up, right? Even like king queen or queen 9 may find a call here. If he jams, I will have to call, but I will be very sad about it. Nice, guys. Nice. Get those RU binks out in the chat. What a pot. Wow, queen 9. I'm glad I didn't check the river. Makes a lot of sense how he played his hand. He flatted pre-flop, called the flop, checks the turn. His hand isn't good enough to bet, so he checks the turn. And then on the river, of course, the 10 is a little bit scary. But like I said, I just don't think he checks sets ever. He never has sets, basically. But I don't think he checks 2 pairs on the turn, in which case the 10 isn't as scary as it looks. So we want to bet as though he has a 10 or a queen. Most jacks aren't going to call, so I pick 3/4 pot. And we get paid. Damn if I ain't open Pandora's box. True story, when I used to have to do like presentations or like talks or like any sort of like big social display thing, I would find inspiration in watching this video, the Picasso Baby video, where Jay-Z is in like a white room in New York doing his thing. There's something about that video that I found very soothing and also, yeah, I don't know, but I found this very like, this was like my rally song for a while. Not just the song, but watching the video. What does haterade mean? Haterade is the nickname of my favorite relief pitcher, Josh Hader. For the Players Weekend for baseball, they let the players make their own custom jerseys. I actually bought a haterade jersey and have it hanging up in my house. True story. 3 spots off the money now. Min cash a very hardy 24 hundo. Quite hardy 24 hundo. Very pure stream today. How many tourneys did we play? 1. How many times did we re-enter? None. How many tourneys are we hopefully going to cash because we have 30 big blinds or something and other players are very short? Hopefully 1. Hopefully 1. Ace deuce suited here. We're going to be calling against the small blind shove. He's shoving a lot of hands. We're calling with this one for sure. If he limps, we're all in. If he's all in, we're all in. If he folds, we win. Those are the options. Pick your choice. We have the best hand. That's a great flop for us. He's got 3 outs. Oh my. See ya. See you later. Definitely not going to fold this hand after we saw some recent button folds. Obviously, I'm not going to be thrilled about a re-raise, but equipped if we head to a flop. Okay, I think we're going to start with a bet. I was debating going bigger, but I was afraid if I bet 14,000 here, he might just shove sometimes with some hands, and I don't really want that. I would much rather we turn the flush and then get the rest of the money in. Now, this is a card that I'm going to be betting a lot on, right? Because I'm going to try to bluff the ace to push him off 10s and 5s, so I have to bet my flushes here as well. So the question is sizing. I think I want to keep it relatively small here. Even though I won't have a pot size bet on the river, I think I want to go a little smaller because if I bet 20,000, he's going to just fold so many of his 10x. I could have got a little bit bigger here so I could shove the river for pot. 3/4 pot, I guess, seems good. Hope he has ace deuce, ace 4, ace 5, ace 3. Ace 10 offsuit maybe sometimes. Hard for him to call us with a 10 here, right? Any single pair that isn't an ace is almost never calling. Whether I bet 26K or 46K, it's very hard to call with 10-9, right? So whether I bet 45K or 25K, he's going to have a tough decision. So I might as well bet bigger in case he sometimes has ace 10, ace 5, ace 3, ace 4, ace deuce, or something else. Ace jack, just a single ace. So glad I sized up there because it's so hard for him to call if he just has a 10 anyway. You might as well bet bigger and hope he called with ace deuce, ace 4 with a deuce of a 4 of diamonds, maybe something like that. Ace 5, ace 3, ace 10. Ace high even makes sense, like that he didn't re-raise pre-flop. We won the blinds with the 4s. And we are cruising. All right, we're going to go back to min raising here on the cutoff. And obviously we'll be getting it in here if faced with a raise. 2 short stacks equipped to potentially jam. And let's hope the girls don't let us down. We're gonna need some hold. 3-1 favorite here on the flop. 4.5 to 1 favorite on the turn. Come here, girls. Come here. I got a kiss for you. I got a kiss for you. And I got a 200K pot. Whew. Thanks for stopping by, girls. Come back anytime now, you hear? There we go. The first spanking sound was way not scandalous enough. It's funny, I actually think this is fine. I can't say no, just like the song. Obviously, I'm still raise folding to anybody, but I think this is an okay spot for us to try to attack. Haven't been getting too out of line here, but let's see how this works. 10-8 suited here. Flops a pair and an open-ender. I'm not going to bet. I think this is a reasonable spot to check. I mean, he's not going to... I think this is a spot I'm going to give up on a decent amount as pre-flop raiser. And it's nice to have some hands that can call turn bets. I mean, like, I have the best hand more likely than I don't. But I think playing this hand defensively makes more sense. If I bet and get raised, it's like, man, what a dumb spot this is now with a bad draw and a bad pair. But instead now we just call, getting 3-1 in position with a hand that could definitely be in first place, and if not, has some draw potential. And now the river will be a little bit trickier because our hand is underrepresented. Like, we could have ace-king, we could have pocket sevens, we could have some worse hands. He can bet here king-queen, 9, 7, and 8. Each straight, he could have all the straights. I do have an 8 though, so it's a little hard for him to have a straight. He could have jack-10, he could have jack-9, he could have 10-9. Maybe he has ace-jack or king-jack. He could have 6-6, he could have jack-6. Could be bluffing with a 7 or an 8 in his hand, a single queen in his hand maybe, like a queen-7 type hand, something like that. I think I'm going to call here getting 3-1, but it's definitely close. Ace-jack is a good value bet there. It's close. Do we win that hand? Risking 45 to win 110. It's definitely close. Definitely close. I think he played his hand extremely reasonably, and up until the river, so did I. All right, so we are down to the final 10. There is a big pay jump here. $1,400 pay jump between 9th and 10th. Queen 10 suited will be good enough for us. I was thinking about checking here, but I think I'm actually going to bet small. Just deny him some turn cards. If he check raises, of course, we fold. Queen, though, is an interesting card. Now, he could check call on the flop with sets, but he also has some ace highs, some straight draws, some flush draws. I kind of think I like checking here, though, as sort of just like a give up, and then like a fake give up. That's a nasty turn river card here, because I can't even value bet myself. But the good news is I think he'll check a lot, and if he doesn't check, then I think I just fold. Because I have a lot of ace highs here that bet the flop and end up here. Wow, he's going to bet, huh? All this tanking means he's betting. I doubt he's tanking and then checking unless he's like AFK or disconnected or not paying attention. In any case, I'm intending to check back just because it's really hard for him to call us with a worse hand at this point. Right? Does he call with 6-5 or king 6 if I bet the river? Probably not. Wow, he takes forever and then bets. You know, I'm going to have a lot of aces here that are going to call. This is pretty high up in my what do I have here range, right? Because I checked the turn, which I don't usually do, my hand looks weaker than it is. But on the ace, where I should have a decent amount of those sort of ace hands, you know, he has ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, ace 6, maybe ace X of spades, 6-6, 4-4, deuce deuce, 3-5 suited. He probably has all of those hands. What does he have as bluffs here? Like, does he even bluff if he has 5-7 or like 7-8 of spades himself? Like, I don't really know if that's true. And also, that long tank is also very strange to me, that if he was going to bluff, he would take so long and then bluff. So I think I just fold as played. Very weird hand, and the turn check is not something that I normally do. But I also feel like if I do have a single queen there, I'm not usually betting flop, betting turn, and betting river. So I decided to check the turn to then bet the river if he checks to us. But the ace is a card that he shouldn't be leading often. And when he does, I guess he has it. Like, I don't really know much about this Horus guy. So it's definitely an interesting spot. Jack 3 suited will be good enough for us to call here. Obviously, by far the shortest stack is Lynn's Sanity, but we're not so much bigger stack that I'm going to fold Jack 3 suited here just on the hopes that he busts out. Interesting that he flat calls in the small blind here. If our hand was off suited, I would definitely fold. I think because it's suited, I can still peel here, getting 5.5 to 1. I'm trying to make a really good hand, though. Like a single pair is not good enough. Okay. We're on our way. Depending on how much this guy bets, obviously I'd like to see a turn card. The fact that the board is paired, though, is of course a little bit worrisome because we could already be drawing dead or thin. I'm not going to fold for 24,000, though, so we're going to call and try to hit a jack or a heart. Even a 3 might be the best hand sometimes if he just has like ace king and is betting for no good reason. In any case, we're getting 3 to 1 here and have to call at least one time. Green 5, look at this, 100k pot is 1 chip in the middle. He might check back here sometimes, right? I do have some 7s that I check call the flop with that protect me in this situation. But if he bets again here, I just have to fold. I don't have much of a choice, unfortunately. I'd love to see him check, though. Okay, we're going to find out. Is the 3 good? Now, obviously, it probably isn't, but it also means I shouldn't bluff, right? Because I do beat some hands he can have here if he just has ace-jack or, you know, ace-king or something like that. Oh, hey, baby 3. Nice to see you, little crab. Oh, I literally said if we hit a 3, it might be good. And that's exactly what happened. He did have ace-10 here, so we can write some notes about that one. Button opens, ace-jack offsuit in the small blind. We have a little over 20 big blinds. We're just going to be shoving here. No reason to do anything else. I mean, yes, there's a pay jump, but we are basically tied for the shortest stack, and our hand is too good. Oh, no, we're going to have to find some help, guys. We need a check, and only a check. Can't do anything about that, though. Right? 20 big blinds, button opens. We have ace-jack in the small blind. We have to be all in. And that's it. Congratulations, you won 5,800 bucks. Shouldn't be that much of a congratulations, but hey, I do feel like I played pretty well here, especially at the final couple of tables, you know, final few tables. I think I won a couple of pots that I wasn't necessarily supposed to. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. This was a lot of fun. I feel like I played pretty well. Hopefully you guys learned some things, had a good time, enjoyed the show. I feel like I played pretty well. And I'm loving playing tourney poker, which is a great sign that more streams will be coming. 5K profit today, not a bad show. See you guys soon. Peace.